Welcome to my channel, guys. In today's video, we will be summarizing the plot of a 2022 American computer animated adventure film called Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Let's be adventurous with cute little Puss in Boots. Sit back, grab your snacks and enjoy. This movie is a fairy tale about a cat whose name is Puss in Boots. The movie opens at a party at Del Mar where Puss in Boots is welcomed by an excited audience who are happy to have him perform for them. He mounts the stage, running around the room, across tables and people as he performs. He is a well-known cat, and the stories of his adventures have traveled far and wide. Puss in Boots starts singing and dancing, and there is plenty of merriment as the people sing along with him. This party is interrupted by the arrival of the governor of Del Mar, who is extremely shocked to see that his house was turned into a circus while he was away. He immediately orders his men apprehend Puss in Boots and bring the cat to him. This results in a fight breaking out between Puss in Boots and the governor's men. Puss is a skilled warrior and he single-handedly takes on all of the governor's guards. This fight goes on for some time and the Puss in Boots emerges as victor against the governor's guards. The people who witness the brawl all rejoice and resume singing songs of praise to Puss in Boots. As fate would have it, the noise from the party wakes up a giant mile away from his slumber. The giant being awoken is the well-known sleeping giant of Del Mar. The giant is furious about this disturbance and heads to the party and starts destroying the building, wreaking havoc. It grabs the people one after the other, putting them in its wooden container. The guests run frantically for their lives and the party is brought to an abrupt end. Puss in Boots faces the giant and engages it in a fight. He rescues the people that were taken by the giant before and battles it to bring it down. This fight between Puss in Boots and the giant extends to dawn, and it happens in the center of the town with the citizens watching. The cat and giant take jabs at each other, and after a while the giant falls, crashing into the ground and laying unconscious. Puss in Boots stands with pride as the crowd hails him, and he doesn't notice a giant bell coming in his direction. This bell crushes him and knocks him unconscious. After a while he regains consciousness and finds himself in the village doctor's office. The doctor informs Puss in Boots that he died when he was hit by the bell. He reveals to the cat that he has used 8 out of his 9 lives and recommends that Puss in Boots put an end to his adventures and retire. The doctor suggests that Puss stay with someone that's like family to him during this period, but the popular cat seems not to have anyone he calls family. So the doctor gives him the address of a lady named Mama Luna, who is a cat fancier, so he could spend his last life and retire peacefully. Puss in Boots scoffs at everything the doctor tells him because he sees himself too highly to retire or be a lap cat. He later leaves the doctor's office. Puss heads to a bar where he sits drinking milk. He thinks about what the doctor said and concludes to himself that the doctor is a quack. He is deep in thought and soon notices that his company has been joined by a wolf. This wolf is clothed in a black cloak and seems to know Puss in Boots well, but the cat has no idea who he is. Puss in Boots later realizes that the wolf is a bounty hunter who has come to kill him. He squares up to engage in combat with the bounty hunter, but realizes that the wolf is stronger than he. The wolf fiercely attacks Puss in Boots, and for the first time, the cat is scared as the reality of his past life and possible death dawns on him. He runs into a toilet to hide and escapes through the sewers. Puss runs into the woods, walking devastatingly through the forest in the middle of the night. He journeys all through the night until daybreak when he arrives at Mama Luna's cat rescue, the cat fancier's house recommended by the doctor. Puss in Boots strips himself of his garment, hat and boots, burying them in the garden. Heartbroken, he says a eulogy to the grave, after which he walks heads to the doorstep of the cat fancier. Mama Luna accepts Puss in Boots into her home and he meets more than 100 other cats. He is given the name Pickles. This becomes his new home. And although he found a hard time adjusting to the life of a lap cat, he gradually learns and accepts and adjusts the new life provided to him. Puss in Boots becomes acquainted with a talking dog who has been living with Mama Luna disguised as a cat. This dog picks interest in Puss and follows him about, to the displeasure of Puss in Boots. A group arrives at Mama Luna's house searching for Puss in Boots, a girl named Goldilocks, and 3 bears, a highly wanted family of thieves. They burst into the cat rescuer's house searching for Puss in Boots. After looking through the cats in the house, Puss in Boots is found, but they do not recognize him, because he doesn't look similar to the picture they have. Indeed, he is looking like a shadow of his old self. The baby bear calls the attention of the intruders outside and shows them Puss in Boots' grace. Goldilocks and the bears then conclude that he is dead. Puss in Boots eavesdrops on them and finds out the reason why they are searching for him. They wanted him to steal a map leading to a wishing star from Jack Horner, a devious magic collector with no touch of humanity. Puss is surprised by this revelation because he has found a solution to his problem and a way for him to get back his 9 lives. Although stealing from Jack Horner is a dangerous decision, he decides to take his chances. Puss in Boots digs out his cape, belt and boots back with the assistance of his newly found dog friend. He leaves the cat house and hurriedly runs to the house of Big Jack Horner to steal the map to the wishing star. At Jack Horner's restaurant, Puss in Boots watches from the fence. He is planning on how to sneak in without getting caught by the guards. He is also accompanied by his dog friend. Puss gains entrance into the restaurant through the chimney and sees the map to the wishing star being delivered to Jack in his office. He follows them into the office, and when Jack wasn't looking, Puss opens the box where the map is and takes it. But a cat, who has been hiding inside the box, lands him a punch and collects the map from him. This cat was his former friend named Kitty Soft Paws, who is at enmity with Puss in Boots because he betrayed her in the past. Puss grabs the other end of the map and both cats tussle for the map. Goldilocks and the 3 bears arrive noisily at the scene, drawing Jack Horner's attention to the theft going on in his office. He orders his men to chase after the animals and retrieve his map. He also uses some of the magical artifacts in his possession to attack them. The animals all run for their lives, and the bears and Goldilocks try to take the map from Kitty and Puss. Puss in Boots and Kitty safely escapes Jack's men. They ride in a cart where both of them argue about who should have the map. Thanks to the map, they head to the location of the wishing star, with the dog riding the cart. Far behind them, Jack Horner follows them using his magical glass ball, and Goldilocks with the 3 bears follow the trails of Puss in Boots and Kitty scent. The cats and dog arrive at the first location, recommended by the map. They walk through a barrier into the dark forest. The map provides different types of paths to the wishing star for the 3 of them, with the little dog's path being the safest and most beautiful. So, they decide to allow him to hold the map, so they follow the beautiful paths. Behind them, the other people searching for them and the map have entered the forest, so they hurry. Puss in Boots, Kitty and the dog pass through their first barrier of a pocket full of posies, which after some difficulties find their way around it. They later get on a boat to the next location, which the map directs them to. Along the way, the dog runs off and gets captured by Jack Horner, who threatens to harm him if Puss and Kitty don't hand the map to him. Goldilocks and the 3 bears arrive at this scene, and a fight breaks out as they all try to retrieve the map from Puss. Amid this chaos, Puss in Boots hears the whistling of the big wolf, which was after his life. He becomes scared and runs away from the scene, leaving the map behind. Goldilocks gains possession of the map, and together with the 3 bears, she goes to find the wishing star. The dog finds Puss laying terrified inside the forest, and he helps him calm his nerves. Puss in Boots reveals to the dog that he is down to his last life, and it terrifies him. When told that he should inform Kitty about this, Puss refuses, saying that Kitty would never trust him because of the past they had. He reveals to the dog that he was supposed to get married to Kitty but left her at the altar. Puss expresses his regret about that action. Unknown to them, Kitty overheard their conversation. She appears from the thickets, and they go together to find Goldilocks to retrieve the map. Goldilocks and the 3 bears follow the map and arrive at a cabin that looks exactly like the one they have at home. They enter the cabin and see that it is their home. The bears are excited about this, but Goldilocks is confused about it and feels it's a trap. Inside the house, Goldilocks is shown a vision of how she met the bears. She was an orphan toddler who found her way into the house of the bears, and they took her as family. Puss in Boots later apologizes to Kitty about what happened in their past. She accepts his apology and also reveals to him that she too didn't show up for the wedding. Jack Horner reveals that wants the wishing star for selfish reasons. He wants to get all the magic in the world for himself. Puss in Boots and Kitty plan to steal the map from the bears. Kitty also offers to share a wish with him. They successfully steal the map from the bears. Along the way, Puss gets trapped in a crystalline cave. Inside, he meets his 8 other lives, who reminded him of the fun and adventurous life he used to live. Here, he is approached by the bounty hunter Wolf, and Puss in Boots later realizes that this wolf is Death. Death has always been around during his other lives, and with just one life remaining for Puss, it has come to take him once and for all. Puss, filled with fear, runs away with the map towards the wishing star. He decides to make a wish for more lives. Kitty and the dog see him along the way and call for him, but he doesn't answer them. Puss finally arrives at the wishing star. A stone's throw from the wishing star is Goldilocks and the bears. They are arguing, and she reveals the wish she wanted to make at the wishing star. She tells the bears that she wants to find her family. This makes the bears upset because they thought that they were her family. Their discussion is interrupted by a bright light coming from the wishing star, so they all run toward it. Jack Horner also sees the light, and he enthusiastically heads toward it. At the shining star, Puss in Boots begins to read the words that the map writes out for him. He is interrupted by Kitty, who expresses her anger at him for betraying her again. She grabs the map from him, and Puss tries to explain to her his circumstances, but she doesn't listen. She hands him the map after he confesses that he is in his last life. Jack Horner, Goldilocks, and the bears all arrive at the star and surround Puss in Boots. A fight ensues between them as they all try to get hold of the map. Goldilocks almost gets the map, but sacrifices her desires to save her best family, which is almost getting destroyed. Puss finally gets possession of the map, and as he does so, Death appears. He challenges Puss to a duel, which Puss courageously accepts. A fierce battle begins between Puss in Boots and Death. Puss puts up a good fight, and after a while, Death retreats and everywhere becomes calm. Puss in Boots offers the map to Kitty to make her wish, which she refuses, saying that she has already gotten what she wished for. They are interrupted by Jack Horner, who has turned into a giant after eating a magical snack from his bag. He attacks Puss and Kitty, collecting the map from them. As he proceeds to read it, he's interrupted by the little dog, who pulls a stunt to distract him. Goldilocks, Puss in Boots, and Kitty work hand in hand to retrieve the map from the gigantic Jack Horner, after which they destroy the map by tearing it into halves, and this makes the star start crumbling. Everyone jumps off the star except Jack Horner, and he's destroyed together with the star. It is an emotional moment as both teams watch the star explode in the sky. One appreciates the essence of friendship, and the other the importance of family. Goldilocks and the bears set out on their way to a new adventure, and Puss and Kitty give the little dog a name, Perito. Together they carry out many more beautiful adventures as a team. The end. If you love this video, please leave a like and subscribe.